That is a review for the just concluded trading week, the second week of July, which is 14th to 18th. And don't forget, this is our Euro USD. We anticipated this move from the 1st of July. The 1st of July, I was able to call this level from the 1st of July that we had to anticipate price to hit this level, right? To hit this level, and that this is what you have to note. And I told us that if price close below this level, what do? You wait for price to take the low. You remember that? Please check our previous video for confirmation. Check our previous videos for confirmation, and that is exactly how price has been playing and panning out. And I told us for the just concluded trading week that we are to go what? We are to go bullish. All right, we have to look for a day or two set up within a day or 2 days to go bullish. All right, if you have been following us, you observe that we are able to, or usually we do catch up at least 50 pips in a week, and our setup doesn't come every day of the week, but it should be there every week, once or on the max twice, depending on how many pairs you are taking. If you are taking Euro USD alone, you are sure of getting at least a setup that should give you 50%. If you are taking GBPUSD and Euro USD, you should be sure of taking at least two setup within the week, or 2 to 3 setup within the week. All right, and I said that from Monday last trading week, which has just been concluded, we said we have to look for what? Look for price to take the previous day low. I explained this thing in the previous video, so please you can check it up there. And I said once price takes off the low, all right, the previous day low, previous week low, you start looking for what? An entry setup. Refine your strategy. I'm not saying you should throw away your strategy, but just refine it, all right, to give you that which you are hunting for. All right, so the first one, which is on Monday, which is on the 14th, you can see it here on the 14th. Price took off the low. I will show you from the lower time frame, but there was no setup given. For me, I don't know about you. Then on Tuesday, price also what? Took off the previous day low. All right, I had a little entry on GU, but it was not that massive. I hit only about 30 pips and the price dropped down. Then on Wednesday, we had a massive move on Wednesday. So let's hop in. That Wednesday was a confirmation of what I told us here. All right, that once price closed below this line that I marked, right? If price should close below it, what do you do? Wait for the next day to take the low, and you can look for a buy setup. All right. But if price wicked it, what do you do? Next day, you don't wait for price to take up the low. You just look for an entry and buy. Now let me show you too on GBP USD. We have similar scenario on GBP USD. You have it here, right? I talked about this high, right? This high, and this price here did not close that high. This red close bullish bearish candle did not close right below the high. This high, right, did not close it. And what did the next day? We looked for a bullish. We didn't wait for price to take the low. We just look for a bullish. That was the bullish, this bullish candle. We trade it upside, and the third day, what happens? Price trade into what? Into that FVG. Price drop. So we caught this move. We caught the sell, and we caught the buy based on this area which I told you in anticipation of what price should be doing. All right, and that was the exact same thing we had in this area. So on Wednesday, price took off that low. We start hunting for a bullish move. All right, so let me show you on H1 and see how price panned out. Now this is on H1 1 hour time frame. You can see it here. 1 hour time frame. Price on Monday. Price on Monday did what? Closed. Was it on Monday? Price on Monday. This was on Monday. Price on Monday. Nothing showed up. Then on Tuesday, you can see price drop down. Didn't get any entry set up around here on EURUSD, right? But on Wednesday, you can see what happened here. Trading below it and closed here, right? Then on Wednesday, price took off that low, right? And within our time and price, there was an entry setup that I had here on Wednesday, right? And price, boom, went over 90 pips, over 90 pips. I think that this is the trade for the week. This is the trade for the week, over 90 pips. And on Thursday, what happened? I anticipated this area on EU and GU, but we had EU having a failure swing, but yet did not hit what? A stop loss, marking this FVG for price to react off from, and price hit it, but out of price and out of time and price. Right, that was why we had a deeper a failure a swing being taken, sorry, not failure swing, a swing being taken, took off this swing low. All right, there was a grab of liquidity here. All right, so price dropped but did not touch our stop loss. But we anticipated that price might have one of them might create an SMT, either EU or GU. All right, might be an SMT between two of them. So this one took off, grabbed liquidity, but GU did not. All right, but on that the stop loss was not what taken. So we had this buy on Wednesday, and on Thursday we started booking something for a swing what a swing setup. As you can see here, price still pushed up to the upside. On Friday took off what took off Thursday high. So there was an entry around this level, London section, which took over what 50 pips in profit. So that was what really happened on Euro USD. So let me show you what happened on GBP USD also. On GBP USD, you can see this was on Monday, nothing happened, couldn't get a setup around here. On Tuesday, nothing much happened, couldn't get a setup. Couldn't get it set up. Though I had a little, but that wasn't much confirmed. I had only 20 pips, and price hits me out from that Tuesday setup. Then on Wednesday, I told you same thing. Wednesday, 5 minutes time frame, I had a setup here that gave me over 90 pips. So we have at 100 pips, 100 pips, 100 pips from this area here. To this level, about 100 pips plus. We had the 100 pips plus move that took off what the high of Tuesday. All right, that was the trade for the week. Then, like I told you on EU, what happened? We marked that's an FVG on 15 minutes time frame. FVG on 15 minutes time frame, which I marked here on 15 minutes time frame. All right, and price came into the 50% of the rectangle box that I marked here, and price moved to target this, right? So we had an entry here on Wednesday, and on Thursday there was another move that also gave us about 80 pips. All right, 80 pips from this level down to this level, about 80 pips plus. All right, so we had about two good setup for the week. All right, for GU and EU. So this was the trade for the week. All right, please, if you have any question, if you missed it, don't worry. Tomorrow I'll be telling you what next. Are we to continue on the bullish move, or we are to expect price to break the low of the week? All right, let's meet tomorrow and we'll discuss more on it. Have a nice trading, a nice weekend. God bless you.